The way Ronnie went from never saying a word to literally just having endless conversation in this new episode was insane to me. Like, I'm like, dog, how does man go from not saying nothing to this nigga having full-blown conversation? Like, damn, dog, like, exactly. Like, he literally went from talking not talking every episode to can't stop talking.
Ronnie, what the fuck are you doing? I'm not sure. That's your brother. Ronnie, he's gonna be looking for when he comes back. Ronnie!
I'm gonna smoke her ass.
So, of course, like I said, Raising Kanan is officially back from the break. This episode 6. And then, of course, it started off. The crazy thing is, and of course, I mean, we talked about this the last time because I thought Rock House was supposed to be like in the cut and people ain't supposed to know. But I'm like, dog, how do everybody know when somebody else live at here? So people don't know what I'm talking about. On Raising Kanan, Unique's baby mom, literally the start of episode 6 off, she come banging on Rock's door. And she literally like banging, like she the police at the door.
Oh, you in there, bitch.
Exactly, like going crazy on her and everything. So the thing was, of course, Rock come to the door. Shorty got the gun on her, whatever the case may be. And of course, she not built like that. So she broke down. Rock took the gun from her and they sat down and had a conversation. And then she basically was telling her, the baby mother was kind of like out the loop. And then so Rock was trying to kind of even have some type of love and some compassion for her to let her know, like, I'm going to go out on the limb and see and say, I think Ronnie did it.
Did she?
Yeah, she said it. She said it. She said it to her.
I missed that part.
Because
I was kind of wondering, like,
no, she said it. And so that's why I guess even when they went back into the house, like if you paying attention to her face, that kind of gave her the, oh no, Rock was right. He really he had to do this because
I know what she was questioning about, like, has Ronnie been acting up? But I didn't know she actually said.
No, yeah, she said, yeah, I think Ronnie did it. And but then of course that's when Unique baby mother was kind of saying, like, nah, he used to take up for Unique all the time and this, that, and the third. Like she was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, yeah, like he wouldn't do nothing like that. But then she was just like, so then when she come in the house and see him bagging up his jewelry and his money and all that, she's like, what are you doing? Like, he gonna want his stuff when he come home, and basically like he ain't coming back. So when he said that and then he gave her that hard shove, she was just like, oh no, Rock was right. He really did it. So that was kind of crazy. And it was just like, but again, and then it was just sad, even just like when Rock was trying to figure out, with the police and trying to feel like, dang, ain't nobody even looking for his body. And then of course, like the baby mother was saying, like, dog, I mean, he ain't on the police top priority list neither. Like, you think they don't care? He just another drug dealer. Like, he just missing. Nobody don't care. Like, they ain't putting no APB out looking for him. Like, he was some law abiding citizen.
And he already burnt them, with the whole getting out because they blame them for the shootings.
Yeah, for the shooting, of course. So the regular police, I mean, of course, Rock baby father, the police officer, know the real deal. But realistically, the rest of the force still think that he had something to do with the shooting and just got away with it. So of course, nobody ain't coming to look for him. And it played out just like, it was kind of rough. Like, just to even see him be able to kind of transfer, though, even like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought the Spanish lady was gonna give him some cheeks. Like, when he went to go meet up with her, because just like her whole, and this is what I'm saying, that may not be a far reach, because I'm just looking at her body language. She just seemed real lusty. He come banging on her door like that, and dog, he literally knocked like he the FBI. Like, bro, he be everywhere he go, he banging on your door like crazy. Like, but even again, what I'm saying, like, how do they all know where people live? Like, how did he find where she lived at?
Remember, he popped up a few times.
I know that, but I'm still, even when the first time he popped up, I'm like, how did he know? Don't you think about this?
I think he followed Unique.
Maybe you might be right, but no. But that time Unique met up with them. He met up with them at the restaurant.
Right. So if I just saw you go in there, I see her, I'm spotting you out. That nigga's a creep, dog. He's gonna follow you and find out where you're going.
Yeah,
because even when he with the bouncer. When he killed the bouncer.
But he came back to the club and found the bouncer was right there in front of the club. And like he found him in his house.
Right, but how you know he was still in the club, or how you know what car? You know what I'm saying? Like he scoped shit out real.
No, for sure. His old school stakeout game is A1. I can't deny that. Like, he definitely give off real old school vibes. Like, he really kind of pay attention to the situation. And of course, I'm gonna bounce all around on this episode. I do even just like how Jukebox was in the club and she was very protective of Kanan. And of course, because she been locked in on
everything.
Of course, she was locked in on the surrounding in the club, but I'm talking about she don't even know what Kanan got going on at Famous crib because
she been doing the music.
She been doing the music thing. so she kind of like, or even just that whole little situation was brand new to her. This was her first time hearing any of this situation. It was just like, what you mean? What business you got? Because you know they super close, and you can tell even the way she was very protective and kind of like pressing Kanan, and Kanan kind of like noticed she know what's best for him, so he even allowed her to press him. Mm-hmm. But again, like I said, in that whole club episode where it was like where Jukebox was kind of really just. Where she kind of like and I guess the crazy thing is how you know it's just like a bless from being young and not really kind of almost green to a scent, but they not green because they really like street hip. Because obviously she named out every drug dealer that was in the club that night, but she was still so like they don't know who Ronnie is. So even just the way they talk to him is wild aggressive compared to how like other people his age kind of like.
I mean, but they knew who he is, but. I mean, if he wasn't out on the block or on the street, so I know who he is. That's your unique brother.
But you just haven't seen him put. But you haven't seen him put in the work. So, but that's what I'm saying. So it's like you kind of just talk to him like he almost like don't. I know who you are, but I don't care who you are.
Because you probably just a weird, you know.
And that's how, they treated him like the weird brother for sure.
They probably don't know what he was actually doing.
Yeah, like what he was actually doing. So exactly. So just like I said, with that scenery and then Jukebox literally pointing out every drug dealer in New York City that was in that club that night, which is crazy to me. And it was just like, I just like that. I like how she was the overprotective cousin because even if you kind of go back to the original Power when she popped up as the police officer, just how she still was with 50 Cent, she was always still this overprotective cousin. Like that never changed. And I like how they are allowing us to see that dynamic as when they were younger. So then you can kind of even remember back from the original Power and like, oh yeah, she always kind of been the overprotective cousin, which is cool. And then, like I said, in that whole little club scenery, Ronnie was talking a lot and he was kind of really pressing Kanan to get down with the old head crew. And it was just so crazy because it's like when you see that picture, and if you watching, I mean, of course, if you
they fucked up that bad out there.
What you mean?
Like Rock was the plug for everybody or something? Because like I feel like they itching and scratching like to get back.
I don't necessarily know if she was the plug, but I think she was not for everybody. But I think she was just such a major player, and she ran so much real estate. Like she had so many blocks on lock. She had all the dudes who was, I mean, of course, if you think about the first two seasons, she always had dudes who was ready to go in the shootouts for her or whatever the case may be. So it was like other people probably was doing stuff, but they wasn't as big as Rock. Like Rock was like she was the real deal. Like she was the real enforcer and like running her own plays. So it was kind of like people kind of just didn't want no smoke with her. You can tell even just by how comfortable people feeling running down on Kanan now because Rock supposed to be out of the game. And even just that conversation he was having with the old, the crazy thing is that old dude looked like, I don't know what his name is. He looked like Cedric the Entertainer, but I know he was he was the police officer on The Wire.
That's what I'm about to say.
Yeah, he was the police officer.
Police a couple of different shows.
For sure, but to me, I guess the standout one that I remember was him on The Wire. He was the partner of what's the funny white bald headed dude. He was the cousin on Power. He was Proctor's cousin. Mm-hmm. Him and them two was partners on the Wire. Yeah, they was in the car together like for damn near endless seasons together. Yeah, so like I said, that episode it was just fire. The reason why I liked it was fire because it still kind of kept you so anticipated on something else happening because you still know like, all right, Unique kind of he dead and nobody kind of even saying like you trying to figure out who gonna say something, who gonna be the first person to really even jump out there or try to accuse Ronnie or anything, or even just the whole situation. Like the first time we talking about maybe 3 or 4 episodes removed. I don't remember what was that. Maybe episode 3 when Marvin pulled the mailman move. This was the first episode anybody even said something about it.
They ain't said nothing about Marvin pulling. That's why I was like, damn, nobody retaliated. I guess they really didn't like that nigga.
But so then because Rock had some awakening moment where she just wanted to get back in the game, and I guess so.
Fuck Rock, man.
But she wanted to get back in the game, and I guess realistically, the cool part you can kind of take of it, even with life, how everybody hop out there and be like, oh, get into real estate, get your own properties, and this, that, and the third. It's not for everybody, and that was the cool thing that I took away from that part, where it was like, oh, I'm not no landlord. This is not who I am. She got the free money to it, but still, just that whole processing of
her being in the house
is killing her too as well. But just her have to call a plumber and get somebody to come and deal with it. She's like, bro, I'm not no landlord. Like she like, dog, basketball players don't try to be nothing else. They basketball players. Doctors is doctors, dog. I'm here to sell weight. That's who I am. I'm not about to sit here and keep playing with myself. Who am I trying to prove that I'm somebody different and the world still think I'm doing me? What? Like it don't even make no sense. I'm only lying to myself because nobody else don't see me as nothing. They see me as Rock. That's who I am. But I'm trying to be somebody else that I'm not.
Shit, you remember what number we had her as the Terrible Mothers? She wasn't number one. Tasha was
she was nowhere near number one. I think we had